welcome back to Things to Do in the High Country. I'm Christy Lombardozzi.
And I'm Jonathan Lehman.
And we're here today to talk about weddings or special events. This could be a destination wedding spot for somebody. And so we're here with Meris Gantt of the Whole Shebang. Thank you for being with us, Meris.
Absolutely. I can't actually even take credit for the title.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually, I took the company over from the lady that planned my wedding, and she was relocating, and I was in real estate actually at the time, and I had a newborn, and I had worked with her a little bit after she had done my wedding because I have a background in restaurant and catering and all that, and I just, I remember talking with my husband one night and going, do you think I'd be good at wedding planning? I feel like I'd be really good at it. And he's like, yeah, I think you'd be great at it. I was like, I'm gonna ask her if I can just have her company. And so I did, and she said, sure.
So tell us a little bit about this beautiful venue that we're sitting in. It's called the Beacon.
Yes,
now.
yes, it is.
What can people rent this out to do?
So this is a Reed's catering space.
Okay.
It's owned by Tina Houston. And they also have the cafe, they have the biscuit truck. So there's been a lot happening for them in the past year. And I came on with them about 6 months ago. We can have live music events with over 300 people. Rehearsal dinners. That's a big one. It's hard to figure out where to have rehearsal dinners up here. So.
Well, that's great.
Meris, you have a team that works on weddings? Or?
I do have a team that works for me. I'm just downsizing a little bit for next year, so it won't be quite as big. But we have the capacity. I mean, all my staff is, because I'm service industry based, been in restaurants since I was like 15. I always tell people my parents were landscapers, so I have 3 sisters, and as soon as we were able to get our work permits, we did, and we got into restaurants, and we're all in hospitality because we were like, get me out of there. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, all my staff is, service industry based, and just that's a big priority for me to have people that really are just hard workers and know both sides of it, not just like party planning.
So talking about weddings, let's say you're a bride or a groom or partners and you've decided to come here to the High Country, you want to have your wedding here and you don't know anything about it. Can they come to you and say, where should I have the wedding?
Absolutely.
Who should make my cake? Tell us more about how you function as a planner and what sorts of things that your company does and what you sort of outsource.
If a couple's first coming to me and they're looking for a venue, typically I'll hop on a call with them, even if they might not ever book me as a planner, and just say, what are you looking for? How many people? And just recommend a couple different places that they could look, and then also send them to the High South Event Professionals website as well as the High Country Wedding Guide. So then once they have their venue locked down is typically when I get them. And even with my more minimal packages, I always do customized vendor referrals because it's easier for me if they book the people that are best suited to their event and their budget and their personality and my personality, So that's really important.
What information is important for you to have from a prospective couple or an event host to plan the event?
Good question.
What really gets you started?
So I need to know the size, the location, or if you don't have a location, how many guests are you expecting? Are you wanting to bring in an outside caterer and outside alcohol? Are you more of a country club? Are you more of a barn? Proximity to town is a really big thing here, as you all know. Like, location is important because there's a lot of really great venues in the area, but some people don't want to be 30 minutes from Boone or Blowing Rock. I like to know, like, what are your priorities? Like, I always ask, what do you love? What are you excited for? And then, what are some things you're nervous about? What are some things you just really want to make sure is covered? And sometimes they'll talk about family dynamics. A lot of times it's just going, well, I did my friend's wedding and they DIY'd everything and we had to work the whole time and we were, cleaning up at 1 in the morning and it was terrible. And or I don't want my mom to be stressed out on my wedding day. So just learning, more about them. And just also get a sense if it's a good fit, because there's other planners up here and everybody everybody has different personalities and meshes with different people. So, I mean, I want it to be the best fit. And if it's not, I certainly, you know, send them to somebody who is. And the other planners do that too. You know, we all send people back and forth.
Yeah, I do think that's a special thing about the high country. There's not a lot of competitiveness. It's just sharing, and people are open, and they want
community over competition.
Right. They want you to have, you know, a really special day, and weddings are special.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, I've been married for 13 years. I still think about that day. I wore my wedding jewelry today just for this event.
I love it.
And I often compare even buying a home to your wedding dress, because I often say people walk in and they see a house and they say, oh, this is perfect, this is it, and they look around and they say, but I just want to see a few more.
Oh.
And I often compare that to a wedding dress, because I remember the very first dress I tried on, it was the dress that I wanted to wear. And I had, you know, I had the whole thing of, well, it's not really in the price that I wanted, but it's perfect. And I thought, well, I'm going to try on more dresses. And I had a phone call with my dad, and my dad said, you know, this is going to be in your pictures forever, and you're always going to be looking for that dress. And so once you find the right fit, if it's the right event planner, if it's the right dress, if it's the right home, we all want to help people to understand, you know, this is really special and important, and it's a big part of your life, and it's something that's there for a really long time.
That's a really good point. And I just like how you put that in general. Because I think with me, a lot of my job is trying to get them to listen to that little voice that says, this is it, don't overthink it. You know, but also managing those expectations when it's like, look, that's gonna put you $10,000 over budget.
Right.
I mean, you're comfortable with that or you're not. So it's a balance of managing those expectations, but also sort of going like, don't overthink it, you know what you want, you know, so yeah.
What do you think is important for folks planning a wedding in the high country to think about in advance?
A rain plan, and a snow plan, and a wind plan.
And a wind, of course.
Weather,
Yeah.
you just have to be, I mean, you just have to be real with the weather, you know, just in general. You know, you can't, trying to think how to even go into weather, but just you have to be real with it. You can't say, well, we don't want a tent.
It's variable.
Right.
In the high country,
You just
the
have to be
weather's
prepared,
variable.
and you want to have a good plan to where if you have to execute that plan, which it's like a 40% chance, you know,
right.
then you want to not be upset about it. But I will say that I feel like people, you know, I've had very few couples be just devastated. I mean, I've been in a really long time. I mean, I've seen a few tears, but most people roll with it. Again, hopefully.
They want it to be a good day.
Well, I mean, hopefully that's the kind of people, I mean, that's the people I'm kind of trying to get anyway, the people that, you know, get that this is only, it is a big day in their life, but, you know, life is much bigger than just this, and let's focus on, you know, the fact that you're getting married,
Right.
you know. And I also tell them that I think people have more fun at rainy weddings because, like, the pressure's just sort of gone from it having to be so perfect, and everybody's just like,
It's supposed to be good luck.
and it's good luck.
It's
I
supposed
think
to be good luck, right? Yeah.
I think it's also just sort of a metaphor for, you know, you can't control the things that happen in life, and this is your first test.
Right.
You
But
know.
if you have a good wedding planner, and I remember the day of my wedding, people kept coming and asking me questions. Are you okay with this? Do you want this to change? And, you know, at that point, I didn't care anymore because I knew I had people, great people that I trusted that were taking care of everything. And that's what you want. So I know you do more than weddings. What other kinds of events do you plan?
You ever do any birthday parties or anniversary parties?
Oh yeah, thank you. I'm like, what else do we do? Yes, I do. I have an 80th birthday party coming up next week. I know, I'm excited, and there's a bunch of kids, and we're gonna have a bounce house and a balloon man and, you know, a band and all the things. So parties, and then just like, you know, there's some local sort of nonprofit stuff here and there. But yeah, I mean, it's mostly events, parties, some nonprofit things, you know, here and there.
So is there anything else that you think that viewers might want to know about how to contact you, how to get started, anything we've left out?
I love it when people go to my website and just sort of read a little bit about, you know, who we are and what we do, because I sort of offer a pretty specific thing, sort of get a little bit of background on us, and then email me through the website, and then we set a time to chat, and I custom quote all of our events. So, you know, I just have a little 15-minute conversation about, you know, who are you, and then I send out a proposal and we go from there.
It's great to know.
So,
Meris,
yeah.
you've given us some really good information today, and
Thank you.
appreciate your time to share what you do with us. It's obviously you're very passionate about it, and really appreciate
Thanks,
that.
Jonathan.
And thank you for joining us. If you'd like to make your dream of owning a home here or a second home in the High Country, we'd love to help that happen for you. And if you are dreaming of a destination wedding and would like to get married here, Meris obviously has all the information that you would need to know to do that as well. So check out both of our websites. You can also drop a comment below if there's another place, event, something in the High Country that you'd want to learn about. We'd love to help you know more. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.